Hello and welcome to Flock and Fern. In today's video, I'm going to take you through step by step how to do the thumb method cast on. This is a knitting method that I cannot knit without. So let's get straight to it. Okay, so first things first, with the thumb method cast on, and with most cast ons in knitting, you need to create a slip knot. So to do this, you take up your yarn and you've got two ends. The first end is the tail end, which comes to an abrupt end. The second is the bit that's attached to the rest of your ball of wool, and that's called the ball end, or sometimes it's called the working end. But I'm going to use the term ball end for this video. So if we pick up the yarn, and I'm going to hold my fingers out on my right hand, so it's like two are pointing and my thumb is up, giving a thumbs up. I'm then going to drape the yarn over the two fingers and then wrap it round. As I bring it back to the front, I'm going to cross the strands over, and then I'm going to face the fingers so that the backs of them are now pointing at my face. The tail end is now going to slide under the loop that you've made across the back of your fingers, like this, and you're going to pull that through. You slide your fingers out, and in doing so, if you tug gently on both the ball end and the tail end, you start to create a loop here, and that is your slip knot. So now all you've got to do is slide your needle through, and that is your very first stitch on the needle once you just adjust it by pulling on both the tail and the ball end, but don't pull it too tight so that it can still move freely along the needle. So we've got that very first stitch on the needle, and that was our slip knot. And now what we're going to do is continue casting on. That's so we get the amount of stitches on the needle that we need to work with. So I'm going to cast on 10 stitches for this video. And as I said, I'm using the thumb method, which is just the kind of main method for me. So what I'm going to do is have the tail end just hanging down and try and just ignore that it's there. And take up the ball end of the yarn. And then I'm going to scoop the ball end up with my left hand. Have it wrapped around all your fingers on the palm side, so you're gripping that ball end of the yarn. And put your thumb up in the air. I like to give a thumbs up. And then I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to go to the back of that strand of yarn with it and then bring it round to the front. I'll show you that again. So I grip the yarn with my left hand and all the fingers. The thumb is up, and I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to twist it to the back and scoop up that ball end of the yarn. In doing so, I've created a bit of a crossover here. And at the base of my thumb, there's a little triangle. So what I'm going to do now is put the tip of my knitting needle into the base of that loop from the back, so that from my palm side out, like so. I'm then going to slide my thumb out the way and keep with the fingers that are holding that ball end of the yarn, just pull them, just slightly. Again, don't pull it too tight because then you won't be able to knit your next row. And now we've got 2 stitches cast on. So that is how to cast on using the thumb method. It is so quick when you get going with it that it just makes it the best method to cast on. So I'll show you that again. With the ball end of the yarn, I'm going to scoop it up with all 4 fingers. My thumb is up in the air. I'm then going to take my thumb and go to the back of that strand of yarn and scoop it up, twisting it round. In doing so, I've created a little triangle at the base of my thumb. I'm going to take the tip of that needle and I'm going to put it into the bottom, so from the palm of my thumb up into that gap. And then going to slide my thumb out and pull on the ball end of the yarn at the same time. And now we have 3 stitches cast on. So there's our slip knot, another one, so that makes 2 and 3. Your slip knot always counts as your first stitch. So we need 7 more stitches. So let's go through that again. And we've now got another stitch cast on. So let's have a check on how many stitches we have cast on there. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. We did it. That is how to cast on using the thumb method. I hope you found this video useful. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe and give us a thumbs up if you've liked the video. If you hit the little bell icon, you'll get a notification every time we post something new. We post videos on knitting projects and knitting techniques, just like this one. I hope this was helpful. Happy knitting!